struggle with weight gain even though you are working out several days per week and you've cut your calories down to nothing? Well, it's not your fault. As we transition into perimenopause, there are many hormone fluctuations that can cause weight gain even though we are not doing anything differently. As you begin to go through menopause, weight loss can be challenging unless you follow these habits that I'm about to lay out for you. These habits help me go from frustrated with stubborn belly fat to maintaining a flat belly, and it has helped other women in their 40s and 50s feel stronger and get a leaner physique. So in this video, I'm going to share some tips on how I lost weight during perimenopause, and if you implement these things, you will have success too. So habit number 1, start your day off with a nutritious high protein breakfast. A high protein breakfast will keep you full for hours and prevent some of the cravings for unhealthy foods. An example of what a high protein breakfast looks like would be 1 to 2 whole eggs combined with 150 grams of egg whites, some vegetables, and lean meat. I usually try to make it pretty easy on myself and just use some leftover meat from the dinner from the night before, or just add some turkey sausage. Habit number 2, don't drink your calories. One of the easiest ways to do this is to avoid soda and any sugary coffee beverages. Many times we go to the coffee shop and order one of the specialty beverages without even realizing how much sugar and how many calories are in the drink. One pumpkin spice latte can have 400 calories, 50 grams of sugar, 14 grams of fat, and that's a lot of sugar and fat just for one drink that's going to be going in about 10 minutes. Instead, make your coffee at home. Use a low sugar and low fat option for creamer. I personally don't use creamers. Instead, I opt for almond milk or oat milk, or even use half and half. These are usually a much better option than the store-bought creamers, which contains a lot of oil and other bad ingredients. Habit number 3, meal prep. So imagine that you have just worked a long 10-hour day, you get off work, and then you need to drive home for about an hour. As you're driving home, you realize that you do not have any food at home, and the last thing you feel like doing is cooking dinner when you get home. So you stop at a fast food restaurant, you grab something quick to eat for dinner. The one quick dinner has a ton of calories, fat, sugar, salt, and as soon as you eat this meal, you feel horrible and you feel guilty because you know it was bad for you. So now you're completely upset with yourself, and you'll do an extra workout tomorrow just to work off that extra meal that you had. All of this honestly could have just been avoided if you would have just prepped some food ahead of time. I cannot tell you how many times having meals already prepped after having a long, stressful day at work has saved me from eating the wrong food. I like to set aside a few hours each week to prepare food for the week. Typically, I use a few hours every Sunday to prepare my meals. And maybe I'll prepare a little bit more food on Thursday if we eat all of the prepped foods by Wednesday. Every week I make about 2 to 3 lean sources of protein, such as ground turkey, salmon, chicken, 1 to 2 carbs, which would be sweet potatoes, quinoa, or rice, and 2 to 3 different vegetables. Having multiple items will allow you to be able to mix and match, and then you don't feel like you're eating the same thing every single night. If you need help figuring out how to put together a meal plan, I created a free meal prep guide that gives you step-by-step instructions for meal planning, and it also includes recipes for an entire week. The link for this meal prep guide is in the description. This next tip has helped me to really increase my metabolism. Not only am I burning more calories at rest, but I also have help with blood glucose control. Habit number 4 is to build more muscle. Muscle is very metabolically active. It is the ultimate storage unit for glucose. When we take in sugar, it gets stored into our muscles and our liver. When you have more muscle, you will have better storage of sugar and better ability to use that sugar for energy later. Building more muscle will also help you to shed fat and get leaner. You should prioritize strength training 3 to 4 times a week to build up those muscles. Focus on the big compound moves, such as squats, deadlifts, lunges, push-ups, etc. These compound moves will help you to target multiple muscles without needing to spend tons of time on a workout. Habit number 5, make sure you have quick go-to meals. Working full time, leading large teams, taking care of loved ones can be very time consuming. And sometimes it can leave you with very little time on some days. Like, let's be honest. So there are some weeks that all the meal prep food is gone by Wednesday, which means I need to figure out a meal plan after working all day after a long commute home. For days like this, I try to keep quick go-to meals around, or at least have a plan when I need to buy something prepared from the store. So some of my quick meals that are already prepared at the store would be a rotisserie chicken from like your BJ's or Costco, one of those large places, paired with some frozen vegetables and maybe a potato. Other quick options are to keep turkey burgers or salmon burgers in the freezer. There are other good frozen turkey meatball options that could be prepared with sugar-free pasta sauce with some red lentil pasta. Habit number 6, focus on moving more. I don't know about you, but I have one of those jobs where there is no shortage of work. I could literally sit in my desk for 24 hours a day and still have tons of work to do at the end of the day. Some days are definitely busier than others. So because it is, I have to be intentional about my activity. Have you ever heard of the term sitting is the new smoking? Well, that's because sitting for prolonged periods of time can lead to cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and other health conditions that are typically found in individuals who smoke. We need to find ways to increase our activity even on busy work days. So this could be setting your alarm to get up and walking every 1 to 2 hours. Most smartwatches have a built-in alert that's going to remind you to get up every hour to go for a walk. Yes, having a good 45 to 60-minute workout session per day is great, but what about all of the other hours in the day? We have to regularly move throughout the day. So this next habit can be initiated immediately. Honestly, this tip right here is what helps most people lose weight even if they do not exercise. So habit number 7, focus on good nutrition. Good nutrition is the key to weight loss. If you focus on eating less processed foods, you will not need to focus on calorie counting. Calorie counting can help you lose weight initially, but you will hit a plateau and not be able to drop your calories past a certain point. Why? Because we need a minimal amount of calories just to exist. So once you go below that threshold, your body will start to slow down metabolism to preserve energy. Your body will automatically cause you to move less. That means less regular fidgeting or other things that could burn calories. And everything that you take in could be stored as fat because your body wants to use that and have a source of fuel for later. If you do not focus on the quality of your food, especially as you're going through perimenopause and beyond, you will be struggling with weight issues for a very long time. Remember, if a food item has a long list of ingredients and a long shelf life, don't eat it. These are the types of foods that contain a bunch of sugar and fat and all the stuff that's going to keep you bloated and inflamed. If you need help with choosing better quality foods, I put together a free resource for meal planning that is linked down in the description. Habit number 8 is especially important. Have you ever forgot to charge your battery before leaving the house and you leave the house with a battery on 30%? This means everything you need to do with your phone is going to drain the battery that much more than if you would have had a fully charged battery. The apps don't work as well, and it takes forever for simple tasks to load. If you don't charge your phone soon, it's going to go into low power mode. Well, that is exactly what happens to us if we don't get enough sleep. We will be in low power mode all day long. Metabolism will be low, energy will be low, concentration is going to be poor. In a randomized clinical trial, it showed that poor sleep, even in the presence with dietary restriction, led to poor fat loss. Sleep is so important for hormone balance, and if we don't get enough sleep, the hormones that are responsible for our appetite are all out of whack. Ghrelin, the hormone that's responsible for signaling hunger, is higher. Leptin, the hormone that signals satiety, is lower, which these things can lead to you overeating. You ever notice that when you're sleep deprived that you tend to be a little bit hungrier and sometimes even crankier? This is because those hunger hormones are all out of whack. Habit number 9. eat more fiber-rich foods. This can be accomplished with eating lots of fruits and vegetables. Now, I personally aim for about 5 servings of vegetables and fruit per day. And one of my clients could not believe how much lighter she felt and that her bloating was going in just a few weeks by implementing that strategy. Fiber is not only good for decreasing bloating, it also helps improve the way that sugar is absorbed into our bloodstream. In the 2023 study, researchers demonstrated that the blood glucose and insulin spike after a meal was lower in participants that ate fiber-rich vegetables before eating the carbs contained in the meal. This is really helpful, especially for the perimenopausal woman who has a higher incidence of insulin resistance. Habit number 10, accountability. This could be through an accountability partner or someone that will help hold you accountable to your goals that you set for yourself. In my program, the Boss Baddies Fit Camp, there's accountability already built in. I'm working very closely with the women in the program, and there's also a big community of people that's supporting each other. You can tell a partner or a friend your goals so that they can help keep you accountable as well. Habit number 11, increase your lean protein intake. You should be aiming for 0.8 to 1 grams of protein per pound of ideal body weight. Now, it takes your body way more energy to break down protein than it does carbs. Consuming a high protein diet is also going to increase glucagon-like peptide, also known as GLP-1. This is another hormone that signals satiety. So eating more protein will keep you fuller for longer, and it will reduce cravings for unhealthy foods. Habit number 12, have adequate water intake. Your body loses water even when you don't notice it. We should be drinking at least half our body weight in ounces of water each day. Drinking enough water will allow you to get rid of waste products through your urine and through your stool, and it's going to keep you well hydrated. Habit number 13. So many people tell me that I am really disciplined with my diet, and I will give credit to myself. I'm able to stay away from certain foods or drinks. When I go out to eat, I really am very particular about the things that I order so that I can stay on track all the time. That is not because I'm super disciplined. Most of it is because I avoid being around those things. When there are Oreos in the house, I eat Oreos. If there's cheesecake in the house, I'll eat cheesecake. This is why habit number 13 is so important. Avoid bringing foods into your home that you should not eat. If you know you have no restraint when it comes to certain snacks or unhealthy foods, don't bring it home. If you have a craving for that food, limit yourself to only purchasing a single serving size of that item so that you are not tempted to over-consume it. Let me know in the comments if any of these habits have resonated with you. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know if you have other tips that helps to keep you lean. And while you're down there, don't hesitate to grab that free resource guide that's going to help you prepare foods, and it has a whole bunch of recipes for an entire week. So always, I pray for your health and wellness journey.